The sun dipped low as Ananda approached the Buddha, his heart heavy with thoughts on impermanence and despair. "Master," Ananda began, his voice tinged with worry, "people struggle with the reality of impermanence. How can they find peace?" The Buddha, seated beneath the sacred fig tree, regarded him with a serene gaze, his composure unshaken. "Ananda," the Buddha said softly, "impermanence is not a curse. It is the essence of existence, the rhythm of the universe. Let me share with you the story of Dara, a craftsman who devoted his life to creating intricate carvings." Disciples listened intently, eager for enlightenment. Impermanence governs existence. Yet as years passed, his hands began to tremble, his eyesight dimmed, his once steady craft began to falter. Despair engulfed Dara. Sorrow arises when desires clash with reality. Accept impermanence. Harmony replaces anguish. He continued his teachings, elucidating profound lessons through vivid examples. A tree sheds leaves, yet its roots endure. I pondered his words, their meaning elusive yet resonating with truths I could not articulate. "How?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Does one cease the storm and find peace within the chaos?" Siddhartha smiled, his expression as calm as still water reflecting an unclouded sky. "The peaks seem eternal, yet erosion shapes them over centuries." The disciples remained contemplative, absorbing lessons imparted by Buddha's serene guidance. Impermanence is not a thief but a guide, shaping our paths. The hermit's words resonated deeply with Dara. He began to perceive impermanence not as an enemy but as a teacher. Dara returned to his craft with a transformed perspective, embracing the limitations of his age as a new inspiration. His trembling hands now carved with a gentle grace, creating pieces that embodied the essence of time's passage. Dara's work took on a new depth, and he discovered peace in surrendering to the flow of impermanence. The Buddha paused, his voice imbued with compassion. "Ananda, do you see? Dara's story is a reflection of our lives. Impermanence is not a cause for despair. It is the nature of all things to arise, change, and pass away. When we cling to what must change, we invite suffering. When we embrace change, we find freedom." Ananda, the Buddha continued, his eyes reflecting the depths of his wisdom. "Impermanence is a gift, not a burden. It reminds us to cherish each moment, to act with awareness, to live fully in the present without attachment." The disciples, who had gathered quietly to listen, felt the profound truth of the Buddha's words settle in their hearts. A palace crumbles, wealth vanishes. Truth reveals when illusions dissolve, paving wisdom's path. Reflect on the changing seasons, the cycles of day and night, the ebb and flow of all things in life. Through observation, you will see that impermanence is not separate from you. It is the essence of your being. When you truly understand impermanence, you will no longer fear change. You will walk the path of peace. Ananda and the disciples sat in quiet contemplation, their minds absorbing the Buddha's teachings on impermanence and transformation. Purpose lies in growth. Fear weakens the spirit's resolve. Cultivate courage. Midlife dread arises from resisting the natural flow of life. Surrender to it, and you will discover a deeper truth. Ananda, impermanence is not to be feared. It is the doorway to freedom, the essence of enlightenment itself. Carry this understanding with you, and let it guide your actions, your thoughts, your journey through this transient existence. The disciples bowed deeply, their reverence for the Buddha and his teachings flowing through them like a quiet, unbreakable current. The sun disappeared beyond the horizon, leaving the grove bathed in twilight. The Buddha's teachings etched into the hearts of all. As the night deepened, the disciples remained under the fig tree, their minds alight with reflection on the lessons of impermanence. Growth accompanies challenges. Inner peace resides in surrendering judgments, cultivating balance within oneself. The visitor, a merchant named Bimal, bowed deeply and said, "Master, I am troubled despite my wealth and success. I have gathered riches beyond measure. Yet my heart is heavy with emptiness and a sense of incompleteness," Bimal confessed. The Buddha, his voice calm and measured, invited Bimal to sit. "Bimal, let me share a story with you. There was once a woman named Sila, a weaver, known for creating the most vibrant and intricate tapestries in her village. Her days were spent in her modest hut, her hands deftly moving across her loom, threads weaving colors into breathtaking patterns. One year, a great famine befell her village, and the people faced immense suffering, hunger, and despair. The Buddha began. Sila, despite her own struggles, noticed a mother and her 2 children, shivering with cold and gaunt from starvation. She took her finest tapestry, one she had woven with care over many months, and offered it to the mother. The mother received the tapestry with tears of gratitude, wrapping her children in its warmth, a moment of solace amidst despair. Buddha's presence radiated calm as he addressed the group, his teachings rooted in simplicity yet profound wisdom. A grieving woman sought refuge, Buddha said softly. The mother, now prosperous, returned the kindness she had received, offering Sila warmth, food, and comfort in her final days. Bimal listened intently, his heart touched by the selfless act of Sila and the ripple effect of her compassion. "This woman, Amara, approached me," Buddha continued, her heart shattered, weighed down by life's cruelty and relentless suffering. Bimal, visibly moved, asked, "Master, how can I begin to practice compassion and transform this emptiness into fulfillment?" The Buddha smiled gently, his gaze steady. "Compassion begins with seeing others not as separate, but as part of yourself. Start small. Bimal, offer your kindness to those around you, without seeking anything in return," the Buddha advised. "Every act of compassion creates a ripple, connecting lives and fostering a sense of unity and shared humanity," he added. "Do not measure your acts of giving by their size, but by the sincerity of your heart in offering them," he said. The disciples listened in silent reverence, their minds reflecting on the simplicity and depth of the Buddha's teaching on compassion. The Buddha continued, "Compassion is not merely a virtue. It is the bridge that binds us all in the web of existence. When you act with compassion, you transcend the boundaries of self and enter a state of profound interconnectedness," he explained. "In giving selflessly, you discover a joy that is not dependent on material gains but on the fulfillment of shared humanity." Bimal lowered his head, his voice tinged with humility. "Master, I now understand that my emptiness stemmed from my isolation." Amara realized joy and sorrow intertwine. The pursuit of eternal happiness denies existence's intricate balance, Buddha explained. He gestured toward the forest. Nature's cycles reflect life's truth. Without rain, growth ceases, and without loss, love loses value. A disciple, Yetta, raised a question. Their minds and hearts were touched, not only by the teachings but also by the radiant example of the Buddha himself. The grove buzzed softly with life. The teachings carried on the breeze as a gift to the world beyond its sanctuary. Another day, the disciples gathered in the grove, their hearts attuned to the teachings the Buddha graciously imparted to their souls. A young disciple named Nanda approached, his expression troubled, and said, "Master, I feel lost without purpose. Guide me, please." The Buddha, seated beneath the fig tree, regarded Nanda with compassion and began, "Nanda, let me share a tale with you. There was once a potter named Kiran, a woman whose days were spent shaping clay into vessels for her community's use. Kiran's work was tireless, her hands crafting jars and pots. Yet she began questioning the meaning behind her repetitive toil. One day, while shaping clay, she noticed a young boy drinking water from one of her pots. His thirst quenched. As the boy thanked his mother, Kiran saw a moment of gratitude that ignited a sense of realization deep within her. She observed how her simple craft supported lives. And in that instant, her work gained a new dimension of significance. The Buddha paused and said, "Purpose does not reside in grand ambitions but in quiet acts that ripple through others' lives." A disciple questioned, "Master, does embracing this path remove suffering entirely? Or does acceptance simply ease its burden?" Buddha's expression softened as he responded, "Acceptance transcends suffering's grip but doesn't erase hardship. It is already woven into your existence. Reflect on the ways your actions influence others. Even the smallest gesture can serve as a spark for meaningful connection, through sincerity. Your path unfolds naturally, revealing the purpose that has always been intertwined with your life's essence." The disciples listened attentively, their hearts contemplating the profound wisdom shared in the narrative offered by the Buddha's words. "Nanda," the Buddha continued, his voice steady, "purpose is a recognition, an awakening to how your actions ripple through this world. When you serve others with sincerity, you illuminate your path and create harmony within yourself and the world around you. Look not to the horizon for purpose but within the quiet moments where kindness and understanding reside," the Buddha explained. Nanda lowered his head, his heart stirred, and said, "Master, I will reflect deeply on your words and discover my path." The Buddha's gaze softened, his voice unwavering in its kindness. "Nanda, walk the path with sincerity, and clarity will follow." Disciples voiced their doubts. "Master, sorrow overwhelms at times, enlightenment seems distant." The Buddha continued, "Purpose flourishes when we engage with life wholeheartedly, cherishing each encounter as an opportunity to bring light. As each day unfolds, let it be a canvas on which you paint the authenticity of your actions and intentions. Embrace change to reveal purpose. Do not resist the river's flow. Instead, guide your raft, navigating with courage and perseverance toward calmer waters." Nanda, with newfound determination, resolved to embrace the lessons. His heart now prepared to seek purpose within his life's moments. The grove remained alive with reflection, as disciples absorbed the teachings, their lives forever guided by the Buddha's compassionate insight. These form bridges connecting paths across suffering's chasms. The forest's tranquility deepened as Buddha's teachings resonated, planting seeds of awareness within hearts seeking renewal. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.